Alright guys, we have a lot to unpack on Assassin's Creed Shadows and Yasuke. So before we get started, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and join if you want to support the channel. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys for being here. If it's your first time here, welcome in. We have got to talk about Ubisoft. Ubisoft is a company that doesn't seem to know its head from its hindquarters at this point. So I just saw this article from IGN posted earlier today talking about how some Star Wars Outlaws planets can be crossed in 4 or 5 minutes on a speeder. Now I'm thinking to myself, guys, this is Ubisoft, the same company that said that they have quadruple A games. And there's only like 5 planets in this game. And this game has already had a lot of criticism over the fact that there has been the Ma'am Han Solo, Karen Solo, I don't even know what you want to call her. She's just like an unflattering looking female. The sidekick character's kind of cute, looks like an axolotl or whatever you call those things. But in general, this is a game that I don't think many people have any desire to play. Massive price tag, missions that are gate kept or price locked behind paywalls and shit from the very first time you download the game. Pay $70 and you go, wait a second, I don't have all the missions. Oh wait, you got to pay another $10, $20. So that being said, they also have Skull and Bones, a game that came out earlier this year, still available from them directly for $60. Now, something funny about Skull and Bones, a game that did not live up to its predecessor Black Flag's hype. You can actually get the premium edition cheaper than the standard edition. They've got it marked down from $90 all the way to $45. Doesn't matter though, because nobody is even playing this game. I tried finding current news articles about this game. Nobody's even talking about it in the mainstream press. Not a single article that I could find newer than April of this year. So 2 months, 3 months now, where the mainstream access media hasn't even discussed this game. That's how quickly we moved on from it. Now we have Assassin's Creed Shadows and Yasuke. And I just got this article typed up. I'm going to link it in the description down below. Some interesting revelations about Yasuke and the level of disrespect that Ubisoft and the person who wrote the book about Yasuke have been basically portraying, as far as like trying to gaslight people and trying to get them to believe things that aren't actually real. Remember, a big part of the selling point of this game is this is the first historical character, first historical protagonist in an Assassin's Creed game. And yes, I know you can also play Naui, I think her name is, and the whole thing is that they're trying to gaslight people into believing that this is all real, while also telling you, but then there's going to be different relationship options when you play both characters. You can explore different types of relationships, and that just falls into that, oh, so we have the pandering to the LGBT crowd now. So now we're going to bring the Alphabet Mafia into it. And then when they don't get that, when they get, the old switcheroo pulled on them, and you can't actually have like full-on gay Baldur's Gate 3 bear sex in the game, they're going to probably freak out. So I wrote this article here. It says, there has likely never been a more hotly contested video game protagonist than the African samurai, in air quotes, Yasuke, who has been heavily promoted by outlets like IGN during the lead up to the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Despite the initial excitement among fans, there would be finally... Wow, I think I have a typo there. That there would finally be an Assassin's Creed set in feudal Japan. Any anticipation for this game quickly dissipated when it was revealed that this game would feature the first, quote, historical protagonist, an African man with little known about him, rather than a fictional Japanese character. And again, this is the thing. They are the ones who chose to feature a real-life person. That was Ubisoft's choice. They wanted to be this stunning and brave, we're going to make the first historical person that we are ever going to feature in the game as the protagonist, the playable character, the Black Samurai. Okay, that was their choice. They did this to themselves. While most chill accounts and access media outlets have chosen to belittle the outcry from fans as merely the rumblings of bigots and racists, which of course we all know goes very well, this has done little to help what damage Ubisoft has already done during the development of this Assassin's Creed title. Ubisoft has managed to make a myriad of mistakes, from not understanding Japanese cultural customs or architectural designs to recently being forced to apologize for what amounts to half-assed plagiarism. And I'm sure we all remember this whole thing where they stole the flag from the Sekigahara Teppo Corps, the reenactment group, where they then had to apologize and said, yes, we screwed up, our bad, but we already have this flag in the collector's edition, so we can't change it, so that one's on us, guys. Absolutely embarrassing for Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft that you couldn't do your research and have somebody that speaks Japanese take one look at this and say, guys, the words on here don't make any sense. They don't fit with what we're doing. However, these mistakes would have been more easily forgiven if not for the level of vitriol being spewed by Access media accounts in an attempt to protect the first DEI Assassin's Creed title. Many, YouTubers, academics, and online outlets have tried to sell the tale that Yasuke was in fact a samurai, basing most of this off a book by a man named Thomas Lockley. Now, here's where things get a little more interesting. From learning the law here on Twitter, I'm just going to go over to the tweet because we've got a little video to listen to. He says, "This is crazy. The entire Yasuke fanfic story was fabricated by a white man named Thomas Lockley using fake Wikipedia sources. He even deceived Japanese people. Everything you read about Yasuke is fake, imposed by white liberals. In 2024, they erased history on Wiki for a game." So he pulled this translation, and again, I do not know who did the translation, but I went over to the original Japanese video from a creator known as Nakaido, and he has a very long video going through a lot of this stuff, and I went through the translated subtitles, the closed caption, and it does seem to match up for the most part with what this translation here says. So let's just give it a listen for about 2 minutes, and you guys can tell me what you think when we're all done.
Began with Wikipedia. A lot of the stuff you see on Twitter, YouTube, and online articles actually comes from Wikipedia, but a lot of that information was wrong. It all goes back to October 22, 2012. Someone added a sentence to Wikipedia that said, when Nobunaga was convinced that this person really had dark skin, he valued him highly, named him Yasuke, and kept him close. This sentence wasn't true and caused a lot of confusion. Then on June 14, 2013, someone changed the Wikipedia article again. It now said he was officially made a Bushido warrior and kept close. This change made people think that Yasuke had become a samurai, and that's how the legend of Yasuke, the Black Samurai, was born. The next day, on June 15, another line was added to the Wikipedia article. It said, Nobunaga liked Yasuke so much that he intended to make him a lord in the future. In just one day, Yasuke had been promoted to a future lord, but this was completely false. So, from 2012 to 2024, Yasuke was indeed considered a samurai on the internet. Then something interesting happened. On January 25, 2017, Thomas Lockley, an associate professor at Nihon University, published a book called Nobunaga and Yasuke. Later, on May 2, 2019, the same author released Yasuke, the true story of the legendary African samurai. First foreign-born samurai, and his astonishing journey from Northeast Africa to the heights of Japanese society. This book was actually co-authored by Lockley and another writer. It's a 400-page novel, and most of it is fiction. After investigating, they realized that Thomas Lockley was just making things up. And where did Thomas Lockley, who wrote the novel, learn about Yasuke? From none other than Wikipedia.
So again, the things that we can extrapolate from this are basically this is a fan fiction written by a man who used information that was heavily edited and fought over on Wikipedia to write a fictional novel, calling it history, about a man who little to nothing is known about other than the fact that he existed and that he was black and that Nobunaga liked him enough to make him a sword bearer, basically, is what we have here. So my article goes on to say what is more egregious is that Lockley allegedly based his historical works off Wikipedia sources that were edited to fit a desired narrative rather than being based off of verifiable historical data. The reality is that the revisions that are explained in great detail in the video below paint a more insidious picture of what's going on behind the scenes when it comes to sites like Wikipedia, where bad actors are trying to revise history in real time. And again, this is more of that cultural Marxism crap that we're dealing with, this revisionist history. Add into all this the chaos, the reality that Ubisoft has actively been anti-consumer for several years now, creating a rift between gamers and the studio. Yves Guillemot, the CEO of Ubisoft, has attacked gamers and Elon Musk for opinions he disagrees with, told consumers to get used to not owning physical media, and even tried to justify exorbitant price tags for their games by labeling them as, quote, quadruple A. And that was the complete shit show that Skull and Bones was. While no one has ever denied that Yasuke did in fact exist, the fact that the shills are so desperate for gamers to love his character is a massive cause for concern. Woke ideologues and activists will desperately try and convince you that you need to love the same things as them, and if you refuse, they go on the attack and label you every derogatory term that their soy-infused brains can conjure up. This could have been a fantastic game, even if Assassin's Creed hasn't lived up to the hype of the originals as of late. However, this is another title that has been sacrificed on the altar of woke, and as such, our wallets will remain closed. And that's the thing, guys, we have got to keep the wallets closed. You can't... I know that there are some YouTubers and content creators who have bought this game. Like, I know Vera Dark's going to be streaming it, and, you know, kudos to her if she wants to stream it just to show people for sure that the game is not good. I guess that's good consumer awareness. But to be fair... We need less people buying this game and more people speaking out. So I'm going to leave it right there, guys. Let me know what you make of all of this. I appreciate all of you guys being here, and I will catch you on the next one. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.